Everyone, happy Tuesday. WX Ninja here. Hope you enjoyed your Veterans Day. Happy late Veterans Day to all the veterans out there. Again, this is WX Ninja with your daily weather forecast. If you want to get these, just subscribe, click the bell icon, and you'll get updated as soon as I post a video. Well, here we are. We got the snow on the East Coast like they were talking about. A lot of places were impacted, a lot of flights canceled. Early taste of winter out there in the east. You can see the cold temperatures. This 89, that's something's wrong with that, and 62, something's wrong with that station. Those are not true values, but you can see the cold air is kind of cutting in like this, all the way down into Texas to the Mexico border, and then straight up the East Coast. So cold temperatures, some teens for highs still going on, and it's almost 3 p.m. back here, or 2 p.m. back in here. See 18 out by degrees out by Albany. So the cold air is here. We're seeing some lake effect snow. It doesn't look too heavy. But yeah, it's going to be a cold Tuesday across the U.S. So let's take a look at the snow forecast. So here you see the snow. There are also some real heavy totals up there in the far northeast. See the system moving into the Montana area, over into Wisconsin, Minnesota. But let's go forward in time here. This is for tomorrow, so the system here is going to scoot out east, it looks like. Rain probably 2 to 4 inches. Parts of the Dakotas and whatnot. So going to your Friday, it quiets down a lot snow-wise. Not too much going on. On into Saturday, another storm for the Rockies there. Doesn't look anything too severe, though. That scoots out a little south and eastward. Probably 3 to 6 inches. Of snow in areas. So we go on into next Monday, almost a week out. Pretty quiet snow-wise. Just some leftover snow showers in parts of the U.S. We see another bigger system coming into Montana and Idaho, Cascades of Oregon and Washington there. This is for Tuesday, next Tuesday. That moves off to the east and the south. A little widespread snow event there. Looks like maybe 2 to possibly 6 inches in some parts. It's going to scoot off to the southeast again, just continue dropping snow in the higher elevations. Looks like 1 to some higher totals in there, probably for the mountains down there in the Four Corners region. Tries to make its way off to the east. Looks like maybe a front sets up here. I'm calling for some heavy totals here in the central part of the U.S. We'll have to see if this holds true. This is the 22nd of November, so pretty far out there, but we want to look and see if these things, start to develop a pattern. Looks like we see another system coming onto the west coast, bringing some mountain snow. Moves into parts of Idaho. See some heavy totals, but again, this is pretty far out there. Snow gets more widespread. That looks like it says 21 inches right there, so that'd be a major storm for the mountains there on the west coast. And then it continues into the northern states there. Then you see another big system there. Snow moves out across to the east. Dips down to the Four Corners region. So what it's saying is sometime in late November, we're looking for some snow in the Cascades. So we'll have to see if that holds true. We'll just keep an eye on it. Here is your GFS forecast. This is 6-hour increments. So you can see what's going on now. You got the snow, the big low off the coast, and some rain on the west coast. And this is actually more indicative of what the proper time is right now. That other one was when the run initialized. So this is a little more accurate. As we move on to Wednesday, you can see the system gets off the east coast there. Should quiet down. A little bit of rain and snow left over in Montana. That scoots off to the east. Keeps on going across the Great Lakes region, as we see some cold air dip down into the U.S. again. It's going to stay cold over there in the eastern third of the country, it looks like, other than the far south there. See a system move up here into, Georgia, Florida, and Carolinas. System coming onto the west coast. Low develops, throw some pretty decent moisture in there to the southern states, southeastern states. And the west coast gets the rain. It moves on east a little bit. This moves, try to move off to the northeast, maybe some snow showers here in the upper New England states as this system sweeps on through. And this one starts to eject off the coast. This is for the weekend here. Just moves off the coast of the Carolinas. Some a little bit of leftover snow and rain. That low develops 991. So it's going to be a stormy weekend along the coast. Looks like it really starts to develop a nice healthy low there, 991 millibars. Going to throw up some heavy winds and rains and surf along the coast of the Carolinas there in Georgia. It scoots off a little bit. Just kind of stays off the coast, so it could be a stormy weekend here on the coast. We'll have to see exactly where that low sets up. Rain into Seattle, looks like a little snowmaker here up in parts of Minnesota, probably dipping into Wisconsin and all that. So that low starts to eject off the coast. So conditions should go downhill for the weekend, and then later in the weekend start to improve. Rain up in Seattle, a little bit of rain getting into Texas. This ejects off the coast. So maybe just some leftover wind. Yeah, it keeps moving off and off to the northeast. Some rain into the Pacific Northwest. Looks like that's going to slice down into Northern California there a little bit. Looks like some rain into Montana. So this low ejects, then another one tries to form right behind it. Doesn't look as strong. So this system moves off, trying to head out through the Rockies, give them some snow. This one's trying to get its act together a little bit. I'll have to see. It gets a little heavy rain. I don't see much wind with it at this point. And then some leftover rain and snow showers behind this low out west. Here's next Wednesday. You see the rain on the west coast. Got some snow in the upper parts. And just some lingering showers off the coast to the east there. That continues throughout Wednesday. Get a low here with some snow behind it. Some snow, well, barely up north. This moves off through the country here. Heading out to the east. This is heading off to the northeast. Four Corner region, going to get some rain and probably some snow in the mountains there. It's going to continue off to the east. We're at the 22nd of November, or Thursday, November 21st. So you can see this low. We talked about some snow. So this is the low that's going to bring the snow. See, it's a little warmer out ahead, so you get the rain and then maybe some ice mixed in. Shoots off to the east. Looks like it weakens a little bit. Leftover rain and snow showers behind it. As you see another system approaching the west coast. A low here trying to form off the coast of Florida. Probably won't affect the U.S. even if it does form. Rain moving into the west coast. Pretty widespread there. You got the front kind of drapes through the U.S. Snow into the colder parts there. That moves off to the east. This system moves on to the east as well, onto the west coast there. Looks like some rain and some mountain snow maybe. Might be another snow producer here. This is November 23rd, so we're ways out, but for parts of the east coast. This low just leaves a bunch of rain and some scattered snow showers there on the west coast. Moves into California. Looks like gives them a nice drenching and some snow. That'd be good for them. Pretty decent low, 994 millibars. See some heavier rain move into Texas and Oklahoma into Louisiana. But again, this is a ways out. Have to see how this all shapes up. Trying to form a strong low here. Head off into the northeast up towards the Great Lakes region. There's snow and rain left behind in the west. This digs through the heart of the country here, and you get another low coming a little further south. Looks like it's going to try to go into California. Excuse me, give them some rain and some heavy snow there. Wow. This is just before Thanksgiving. This low is moving off, leaving enough cold air behind. Looks like this tries to dig down and bring some snow into parts of the Dakotas. Out west looks rainy and snowy. Some rain down here in the south, and then that low just continues to pull off to the northeast. And you see the heavy rain off the coast here. Some snow out west. And here's pretty much Thanksgiving. This is going to be the very end here. Again, way out there, so take it with a grain of salt. But looks like it could be a decent snowstorm for parts of Maine there. And then another system about to move on to the west coast. Again, this is way out in time, so we'll have to see how this goes. Here's your temperature anomaly. It's departure from normal, so obviously you're feeling the cold right now to a good portion of the U.S. there. It moves off to the northeast, gets cut off here down into Texas, just kind of lingers. And this all kind of scoots off to the northeast, warms up a bit. See warmer out west. Not as high values though, moves more into the Rockies. Cold pool sets up there and then moves off to the northeast. Warm up into Canada, warm on the west coast, kind of pretty normal. These aren't real cold temperature values. This is for the weekend. And we see parts of the south a little cooler than average. A huge chunk of the west and parts of the central U.S. warmer than average. It kind of gets broken up. So it's just left warmer than average out west. And to the north and northeast, but not really affecting the U.S. too much there. Cold tries to set up in the central part of the U.S. here in the northern states. And then as we go into Thursday, November 21st, still warm out west. Jeez. A little bit of cold starts to set up in the heart of the country here. Gets pushed off to the east. Just a dominant high pressure, but it looks like it's going a little further north. As you can see, it's kind of cooler down here to the south in California. And that's our last frame for Friday, November 22nd. So overall, it's going to be active weather week. Looks like temperatures are going to kind of be all over the place. Warm and cold and warm and cold. Kind of crazy. You know, you can see how things just kind of move throughout the country there. And here's what's going on again right now. Again, this is WX Ninja. If you're new here, just subscribe, click the bell icon. As soon as I make a video, you'll get a notice. All right, everyone, take care. Stay safe out there. We'll see you next time.